Hello. All right, welcome everyone. Oh, why has this failed? Okay. I literally just reloaded this chart because it wasn't working. There we go. Now it's back. All right, cool. Yes, good. We're back. Okay, welcome everybody. This is fun. Hey. Yeah, so I'm back. I did a nice. We were looking at this for a couple of hours this morning. In the crew, we've had some Zoom calls, we've had some voice chats, we've had some video content. Everyone very active today. I went out to walk the dogs, and we are still dumping. So it looks like we are going to take the lows once again. We do have now 12 minutes until New York opens, so if you think this is bad, wait until the real money starts coming in. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, equities are going to gap down massively today, so this is going to start off very, very bad for everything. I think the general consensus is we're probably going to we may hit circuit breakers on equities if this starts to really, really crash. So we'll see if we can find a low during the session. Yeah, I'm being a bit extremist. We might not hit circuit breakers, but we're just about to take the lows out again here. So this is Bitcoin, still looks absolutely terrible. And every time we have one of these low time frame changes of market structure, what happens there is you trap a load of long positions thinking, oh my god, the low's in, oh yeah, I'm going to jump back into long positions, and then it just liquidates them again. So it's just continuing over and 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 over again, which is ridiculous. It's just so silly that the people are still just trying to guess this. Like, all it's been for myself and everything that I've been saying so far today is, okay, cool. There are little trades that you can take. There have been little trades that can be taken on the way down. And we have taken the odd little scalp. But mainly it's just observing. You just got to observe this. Just remain patient. Keep your money safe. Hopefully, now that I'm streaming, people might not be on their exchange trying to 100x long every single dip. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so let's see who is in here. Anthony, POP, Sandeep, Crew, yes, hello, Claude, Crypto Joe, Mido, Jay, Vincent, whoa, we're still going down. I'll get through the names. Okay, everyone here, hello. Hi. So yeah, hit the like button as well. So basically, I have an agreement today with the people in power that the amount of likes that this video gets will be the eventual dollar value of Bitcoin by the end of the day. So currently we're sat at 26 likes. So by the time I finish this stream, Bitcoin will be $26. But if we do get that up a little bit more, then maybe we can save the market slightly. So yeah, we'll see how things go. So yeah, we're currently headed for $27 Bitcoin. If only that was thousands. And then if we do reverse, the amount of likes that we get by the end of the video will be in thousands. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just see how it's going. This still looks absolutely terrible. So, yeah, 8 minutes now until New York Open, when we actually get some volume coming into this. So we did have a few instances earlier where we started to get some good volume, but once again, that's dropped off. We've lost the negative funding. We no longer have negative funding on this. So the one like saving thing for long positions was like, oh wow, at least we've got some negative funding here. That's gone because people have started to wake up. People have started to try and long every dip again, like complete fools. So we're still going. We're now at the 0.5. Actually, this is probably exactly the 0.5 of this little block, this little OB. I'm going to draw this in a really stupid way. So we have hit the 0.5 of the basically daily 3-day order block here. So yeah, maybe a reaction, and it's just an SFP of the lows. So whatever. I'll extend this over and we can just do a little bit of like analysis. So here's what the chart looks like. Looks great. Looks absolutely wonderful. It's crazy. Very, very crazy. But yeah, this is the little zone that we're in right now. And if this breaks, realistically, it's going under 20k. So let's have fun. Let me just also check my exchange whilst I'm here. Make sure everything is still good. Yeah, all still okay. 122 viewers. Cool, we got quite a few people in here. So let's just go back to current price action. What I'm also going to look at is the SPX, which is still just hovering around down here. So the thing is, it's at support, okay? So what we've had on SPX on the S&P 500 is it's just taken out these lows. We do have a daily level down here. We are in a big monthly order block. So if we do go onto the monthly chart here, okay, this is your little monthly OB. Realistically, you're probably looking something more like this, but I'll keep this as a blue zone. What I'll do is the actual monthly levels that we're interested in are here, and why am I getting the wrong work? Copy! Doesn't want to copy. There we go. These little monthly levels here. So we're inside a little block, but ultimately I think it's still likely that we go a little bit lower into this region here on the S&P. So that's kind of the target for myself on there. DXY as well looks like it's back at this daily level here. So is this a double top on is this going to be a double top on the DXY and a double bottom on the SPX, and we get some kind of relief going into the day? We'll just have to wait and see. I think we'll have answers very soon. I'm going to put alert if the DXY does take out the highs. What I will also do is put an alert if the S&P 500 comes down to this daily level. And let's just, now that that's done, check back on Bitcoin. Still just hanging around. I have really bad hay fever today as well, so I apologise if my voice is sounding weird, because I am very, very allergic to the summer in this country, which is so annoying because I love the summer in any other country, but in this country I am massively allergic to anything summer because I can't go outside when the pollen's like this. I have like prescription medication and I still get really bad hay fever. So if I sound bunged up and ridiculous and I'm not making much sense, it's because that's why. Also sitting on a weekly NPOC. Yeah, I want to do this. So basically my weekly naked point of control. So we did mention this, Mark. I think it was you that mentioned, well, it might be you that mentioned this. I can't remember. If you're in Korea, if that even relates. If it was you that mentioned it during the trading room earlier on, then yeah, we do have the monthly MPOC. Now, depending on tick size, this is going to differ quite a lot. For myself, it's a little bit lower. So my weekly MPOC is a little bit lower than this. So we're looking down here. 22,800. Oh my god, that's such a low number. It's kind of crazy. So yeah. Am I able to enable CBD? I mean, I can have the line. For some reason on this chart, it still is bugging out. As I've Take everything. I got nothing. Wait a second. That's what's going on. This is why it hasn't been working. Yay! I'm such an idiot. There we go. Look, for some reason it was just completely opaque. Yeah, I fixed it. I was wondering why my stupid chart didn't work. Now I've fixed it because I've made it completely hidden. Oh, you guys can't see the settings on here. Basically, I just had delta positive and negative color as like 0% opacity or 100%, whatever that would actually be. Oh, what I don't know when I did that or why I did that, but there we go. Happy, fixed. I'll sort this out the way it looks later on. Such an idiot. Seriously. Pedro would have loved to get the Celsius payment through for the crew membership. What's actually happened with Celsius? I don't know what Celsius is, but I've heard they've imploded and apparently Carl the Moon or something has lost like 200 million. It's obviously nonsense. Of course he probably hasn't, but yeah. The weekly 200-day moving average is a little lower. It could bounce there. How can we have a weekly 200-day moving average? It's either a weekly or a daily, right? Let me have a look anyway. I'll try and figure out what it is. Sorry, that was very sarcastic. EMA. I don't know what's going, like how we're below all the 200, right? We're clearly below. Weekly 200 day. Yeah. Sorry. Ding ding ding. Open bell. Okay. Yes, everyone. I'm very late to that. Let's see. This was supposed to be SPX. I keep flicking between my charts. Like I say, my brain not working. Me got hay fever. Me sneezy. Me tired. Not tired. I'm fine, but I'm just like, ugh. Look at that gap. 2.42% down on the day. Immediately trying to bounce here. Didn't take the lows. I've got tissues, but it's... Come on, I can't keep blowing my nose during the stream. I'll have to keep, like, muting and turning the camera off. In fact, I am just going to do that because it's going to that point where it's kind of... Blah. Hold on a second. Better. Bruce Lee, we have huge volume gap between 12k to 28k. That gap needs to be filled. Combine that with BTC dropping 85% every 3 years. We're not looking that far into the future. We're not going to hit 12k today. So I can tell you now we are not going to hit 12k today. But yeah, we'll watch what does happen. If that happens in time, then fine. Like, I mean, I know it does. Basically the really big level that we had back from the last market cycle is here, right? It's this, like, yeah, so yeah, 12. See what happens. Tiny bounce. We're already creating bearish CVD divergences, are we? Yes, we are. But at some point, this is going to be leading. It is the start of... You didn't hear everything because I know that it was muted and I could see. So stop trying to troll me. Where are we on here? That was cheeky of FTX. Holding price up, distributing once again. What tick number do I use on EXO? It very much depends on what chart type I'm using. So generally, okay, if I am looking at any kind of scalp setups, scalp trading, then I'll tend to be on 10 tick, $5 increments. So if I'm on these kind of charts, here we go, you can see 10 tick up at the top. So that's what I'm at. This is on a volume chart because we actually have some volume today to analyze for the first time in a while. So I keep things on 10 tick there. I may, if we start getting lots of volume, just shift this up to 20 tick just so it's a little bit more visible. In fact, actually that looks a lot better. So 20 tick's looking quite nice there. What I use for a TPO is always 50 tick. Always 50 tick. Unless, of course, we get a day like today where visibility, so I can actually zoom out, I might move it to 100. When we're down so much, I might have to move it to 200. Who knows? Well, that's a visible thing, but yeah, as in general, when I'm looking at a daily TPO, 50 tick. And if I'm looking at these MPOCs, generally speaking, 50 tick again. So 50 or 10, usually, with 20 being used now and again, and 100 being used now and again. Alexander, yeah, if you message P, then absolutely that would be possible. That would be 1 year-ish. Callus is here, hello. Piano Stars, shall we long? Probably not. Probably not. Let's get a show of hands for today. Just based off of what we've had today. Who has... In fact, I'm going to do a poll. Let's see. Let's see what people think of this poll. So have people made money or lost money today? I mean, forgetting portfolio balances, in which case, like, we're all down. With your trading, have you made money or lost money? I just want to see what people are, how people are thinking in here. Just maybe how sensitive I need to be to the fact that everyone's getting completely wrecked right now. I can answer that for myself is that I have made a very, very small amount. I have taken a couple of scalp trades. I have hit take profit on the one that I tried and I've been stopped out. Or, well, I've hit take profit on each of the ones that I've tried. I've been stopped out on each of the ones that I've tried. But overall, that's, yeah. Liquidated would definitely be a lost money. You have definitely lost. Unless we have the exchange in the house, in which case, win-win. Pedro taking no trades. I think that would be wise in this situation. Like, we've taken a couple down 10%. Oh my god, this is insane. It doesn't really feel like we're down 10% on the day because it's just been so slow. ETH capped down 25% on CME. This is crazy. We can go and do a bit of analysis on ETH as well, because it's at a really, really interesting level. So this here was when there was a massive accumulation on ETH. It kept on like bashing into its all-time high and then getting rejected and then retracing into the golden pocket. Hit all-time high, reject back into the next local golden pocket. Hit all-time high again, retrace back into the next local golden pocket. And there was just this massive, massive, massive accumulation. Markup in price. Then you had the ETH CME open, which just caused an immediate dump. I remember this was very nice. And then that was the back test that gave like the perfect buying opportunity. And then it just went vroom and went mad. So we're actually back into that zone now. So this is like erased all of the big Ethereum move from the last cycle. So very interesting there. And ETH BTC, golden pocket. Okay, so we do have that from the low, the pivot, before we broke out. Now, if we are going to take this down here, then we have a long way to go still. But we do have an interesting high time frame golden pocket region for this part of the market cycle that we've had recently that it has come into. And so far it's had quite a nice reaction off of that. So that's pretty decent on Ethereum. It also is a big 1 day order block again here. So I'm going to have to blow my nose again because I can feel myself itching up. Oh, I hate hay fever so much. But yeah, that's Ethereum. Also looks terrible. It's hit the target that we wanted it to, basically. The weekly, taking out the lows, coming into this region. Pretty good. Bitcoin dominance. Basically came up, took these highs. Total market cap is almost back down to test previous all-time high. So we do have our previous all-time high down here, and it's almost very, very close to testing that. We're all the way down here again. So we're going to go even lower, are we? I don't know what else to comment on. It's just like, looks absolutely terrible. Sorry, I did turn the mic off last time. Have I run out of... I've got a tissue. Every time there's a tiny little pump. The thing is, because it had opened, because the New York session had opened and basically grabbed some liquidity from higher before pushing it down again. Again, it's just getting people long. People know that we're likely to get some kind of move going into the New York Open. So what happens when the first move is up during the New York Open is people are like, oh my God, we're going to reverse. I'm going to buy it. And then they're wrecked again. Because people are just so stupid trying to keep buying this. And every time we get a bounce, bearish divergences, people trying to long it. Every single time. It's not very good. Now we have some bullish divergence forming. Because we did actually take out the lows, and there's weakness here from the sell side at least. But that's only because you built this bearish divergence up at the highs, so it means nothing. Pedro, I did not leave the microphone on. I know I didn't. Is there anything not dumping on perps? Lit. People. Dusk. Ugh. Still good opportunities out there though. What's down the most? Wow. That CRV trade was so silly. Easy, I scalp long all the time. Yeah, scalping long is okay. Like, you can do it because we're getting enough volatility. You just got to get out real quick. Robot, your 8 ball says 100x now. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. 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 Oh, now I've got to mute because I got a phone call. Bear with me once again. Back again! Have you seen stats for BTC price during different sessions? New York is on average a 30% decrease. Europe and Asia are the best with about a 10% increase. Check your session stats. Yeah, but that changes all the time, right? You got to be going off of what is recent. And yeah, I'm very aware what kind of volatility we get during each session. Doge is actually one. Yeah, I see some Doge stuff in the comments. That's actually one that I've been looking at because I would be very interested in. I mean, we know that Doge is gonna have another cycle at some point. So it's one of those ridiculous ones that actually, in order to accumulate something, would be kind of interesting. And what it is doing is coming back into this level here, but I think, yeah, realistically you've got quite a long way to go on this as well. Because, yeah, ultimately Doge spent most of its life all the way down here, so. ICP BTC is doing well, yeah, that's one of the few that's holding up really nicely. Again, we don't tend to look at this very much because it's kind of killed most people. But yeah, ICP BTC is one of the very few that is doing well against Bitcoin. It's done that thing again, you know, where I stream and it doesn't move. Like it always does. At the start of the year, volume was a lot higher, and we have capitulation wicks that have got bought up for reversals, which seems to have changed now. Is this a trend for bear markets or random? Yeah, so generally speaking, again, this was something that I covered during the bonus trading room that we did this morning with the crew, is that I think at this stage everybody's expecting some kind of big capitulation, like a big wick that goes down, liquidates a lot of people, and then V-shaped recovery and then recover. I don't see that as being the most likely scenario, because what I think has happened, yes, we're accelerating. Okay, there's absolutely no doubt that this is accelerating to the downside. That is a curve in the wrong direction. But there's absolutely no doubt there, like roughly, okay, it is accelerating to the downside, and it has been doing that for the past week or so. But a capitulation is, for that you've got to have people that are very, very overexposed as almost like swing tradey type of trades, right? And kind of by that I mean like people that have, okay, we've had a big dip, people have tried to buy into it, it's carried on going down, and then you've got like even fairly low leverage and stuff starts to get wiped out, and it normally happens really, really quickly. So those big kind of capitulations would normally happen like we saw like last month. Okay, we'd put in a range, everyone was fairly confident, or a lot of the market was fairly confident within this range that, okay, cool, look what Bitcoin's doing, it's holding this higher low, it looks like we can have a move back up, and there you've actually got like big positions opening within that can give a lot of fuel to the downside. It's the same within this range here that gave a big capitulation. What we've had within this is a very, very narrow range. Okay, so you've had a very narrow range here without really much I don't think we've had a situation where people have been really expecting like, okay, we're going to go to new all-time highs at this point. Everything's looking pretty good. Like it's always been, yeah, if price comes down here, this is when you might start to look for some kind of reversal out of this, that kind of thing. But what we've had since then is people are almost like so shook up with the market in general that I think leverage is higher right now because people are trying to gamble with what little they have left, because most people have probably lost almost everything they have at this stage. Honestly, I think even during the range that we've had previously, I think most people have pretty much lost everything from crypto. So you don't really have enough open interest there, enough volume there, enough really, really offside big traders to get some kind of big capitulation, which is why what we've seen on the way down is just like you just take out the lows, liquidate the high leverage, then you bounce, you take out the lows again, liquidate high leverage, bounce, take out the lows again, liquidate high leverage, bounce. Lows again, high leverage gets taken out, you bounce. And it just keeps on happening. Every time you get a dip, you're taking out all the people that are 20x, 50x, 100x, liquidating them all. And people are just continuously gambling at every low, not taking profit. And then it turns round, and that's just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. But it's not really like just a complete like wipe through of everything, because realistically there's not much support in the books here. So, and there's not actually that much like, there's not that much selling going on, like forced selling. It is just a gradual, okay, people are long again, wipe them out, people are long again, wipe them out, and people are just panicking in and out of the market, and it's just very choppy. So I don't know if really we need some kind of like mass liquidation, because I don't see there being a huge amount like you're not going to get like 100 million liquidated here, for example, and that's going to cause a big wick. It's just not that kind of case. This could just keep going down and down and down and down and down, doing this kind of thing until the point in which there's almost no sellers left. And then it starts to just go, all right, cool, we're just going to put it in a little bit of range here. We're going to chop around. We're going to take out the lows a couple of times. We're going to take out the highs. And then at some point, it'll just go, yeah, cool, we're done enough, reaccumulate, and it will pop out of that. That's more so what I'm expecting. So just like a bit of a slowdown, and then it just goes poof out of it. We'll see what happens, but like generally speaking, within this kind of market, that's a little bit more so what you see. And then that will give a bit of strength back to kind of the bulls or whatever again. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to wrap things up in a minute, because we don't really have any, there's nothing happening. It's typical Luke streams, price stops kind of thing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If anyone has any more questions and stuff, let me know. I know I've not been streaming for that long, but I don't have that much to say on the situation. So, also, the stuff about my, like, Sailor, is fine. That's not going to be a big, that's not going to have much of an impact on the market, I don't think. Ben Thompson, have you tried streaming while walking the dogs? That would help, because the dog walking indicator is normally a pretty good sign that we are going to dump, because I was walking the dogs when we had a nice dump earlier on. So, maybe I'll do that one day. Although I don't want it to dump anymore. I'm kind of bored of these short positions. I have saved the market from further downside, yes. I would just like it to return. Jay, Luke, do you think the alts from this cycle will survive? Luna already went down. I think what you got to ask yourself, like obviously like 95% more of the alts from this cycle are going to just disappear completely. Think about the stuff that lasted from the last cycle. So there was so much just junk out there. And most of the new cycle actually came from new stuff. So if you think of things that were really big during the previous market cycle, XRP, Litecoin, Doge did its thing. What else was big in the last cycle? Cardano, Tron, other stuff, I guess. I can't really think what else. But it was all of those kind of things that were really big in the 20 CRO. Fair enough, that wasn't CRO back then. Dash, EOS. Just throwing some things out that had a really good run in 2017, 2018. OMG, Qtum. So yeah, that kind of thing. Think about how many of those actually survived going into this cycle, and how many of those have had a new market cycle. I think you could probably count, out of the thousands that were around during 2017 and 2018, I think you could probably count on your hands how many have actually recovered and made new highs in comparison to Bitcoin. You've got, well, even not even any have made new highs in comparison to Bitcoin, I don't think. If you were to look at, did ADA, or did that just about miss out? I don't think that did make new highs against BTC. No, it didn't. So even like the strongest performing assets, they didn't make new highs against Bitcoin compared to where they were in the previous cycle. So everything in this cycle has consisted of new stuff, basically. So the next cycle, if there is to be a next cycle, I'm sure there will be probably new stuff again. Yes, you'll have stuff like Solana. I'm sure that will survive. FTT, because unless FTX goes down, that stuff is going to be okay. What else has been really hyped up? Mana. So if you've got some, let's just have a look at Sol BTC, for example, and just look at that as an example. So if we are to go down here, and if we are to go into bear market, then Solana's going to come back all the way down here. But then what I would expect to see on the next bull market is maybe just come back up into this point here, and then you finish off again, and then eventually it just dies out and does its thing as Bitcoin remains king. That's I guess very generalized. It might not play out that way at all, but that's generally the way that I would see things. And then you'll have a new set of stuff that takes over and becomes interesting, which is why you really don't want to be holding bags of shitcoins. Hex for absolute certain is dead. Bit token dead. Digibyte dead. CRO might stand a chance. I don't know this kind of stuff, but I can say with 99.9% certainty that Hex, Bit, DGB dead. I can't see Bit. What is Bit token? What was the point in it? It was stupid. Just made us a bit of money from Bybit. It was a nice free airdrop. It made us some money, and now it's dumped. It doesn't do anything. It's not an exchange token. It has no utility, as far as I'm aware. Dead. Then, yeah, CRO probably dead. Honestly, like I think something else will come along. It's not. Maybe it'll last. I don't know. Litecoin will always still have some kind of value. XRP will always have some kind of value. Yeah. But yeah, most of it dead. Near dead. I don't know what near is. I've never looked at it. KDA. No, KDA is, I don't know. I can't comment. I'm going to stop commenting on stuff because I don't know enough about this stuff. The things that I think might survive. ADA might survive. Doge, of course, will. ICP, I still think could have a run one day when Bitcoin has a bit like Bitcoin has a new market cycle, and it's that because this is built on the Bitcoin layer, which could be quite interesting when it's ready for that. KDA, I don't know what it does, but I mean, it never really fulfilled its. It never really had a full like market cycle, did it? It was just like hyped on launch and then fell apart. So this looks a lot like maybe like Cardano did when it launched. So something like Cadena or something could very easily have another cycle. I don't know. It's so speculative. It's really speculative. I thought that was the Bitcoin chart for a minute, and we've missed a little pump and dump. I thought we missed some volatility, but we haven't. We've missed nothing, again, as always. Yeah. Come rocket. That comment's been hidden. I'm going to allow it. Yeah, that'll survive. Of course Doge will survive. Oh, Bruce, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at this. Like, what is the utility of BTC? Hex will more than survive. Whenever Hex drops, its shares go up and then incentivizes staking, which helps the price to go up in a bull market, of course. Man, it's just the biggest Ponzi. It's like Luna but 10 times worse, and the guy who runs it is like the biggest laughing stock in the whole of crypto. If you own Hex, or if you have ever owned Hex, you are just asking to lose everything. What does it look like on a chart? Hex is the worst altcoin to ever exist in the history of ever. It will never come back. You see there, the guy, like that Richard Hart guy who owns it, literally posts on Twitter like wearing the absolute most ridiculous leather hot pants and studded hats and all this just stupid stuff. And he obviously cashed out everything and is just laughing at anyone who still owns it. It's never, ever, ever coming back. Never. And I'm sorry, if it ever does come back, I'll give you some Hex. I'll buy some Hex. Let's actually do this. If I'm going to say this on stream. We'll see how this goes. If Hex ever gets back above, it needs to make a high time frame high. If Hex ever goes back above 20 cents, I'll buy like 10 grand's worth of Hex. And then I'll give it away on a stream. So if Hex ever comes back above here, I'll buy like 10k worth. Actually, that's probably... I might. I might. No, I don't know. I'm not saying that because I don't know enough about it. If it goes back to all-time highs, I'll put 100k into Hex. I'm not saying it seriously. But hey, maybe. We'll see. It's just the worst shitcoin ever. Look, we're not moving anymore. We're not dumping. We're not doing anything. So I've got to get off stream so price moves again. One day we'll break the trend of meet Luke stream, price do nothing. We'll get some volatility one day. But... yeah, I don't think there's anything more for me to say on this right now. It's just a case of let's just see if and when this puts in a low. And when it does, nice opportunity. So yeah, thank you everybody. Stay safe. Don't try and long every dip on 100x leverage, but do try and long the ultimate low. No, don't. Just wait and see when we get a sign of strength, and yeah, we'll see where we end up. We'll see where we end up. At the moment, I'm just observing. I'm not really putting my money into this. If I see good opportunities, I'll take little scalp trades. But we'll wait for better market conditions, and then it's going to be a lot easier and a lot more fun to trade, like it was a couple of weeks ago. So yeah. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again very soon. Might do a stream tonight, depending on what happens. And yeah, get ready for volatility because I'm about to press end stream and then price is going to do something. Cheers, guys. Bye.